Hey y'all. How y'all doing today? I missed y'all. I skipped yesterday because my meditation was heavy and I needed to use all of that energy for myself. But today my meditation was even heavier and it allowed me to understand the message to bring to you all today. And I speak a lot about religion and spirituality because when any person is going through something, no matter what it is, whether it's a tough time at the job, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, a lot of times people run um to religion. Anytime something is going crazy in your life, even people who have never um, thought about religion, they run to church. And so I was like having these major questions, like I think all of us do. I think we all have questions about what is this thing we call life. And a, for a long time, I feel like I walked around blindly. And when I say blindly, I mean just not realizing that there was a force that was making sure that everything was okay for me. And then when I started feeling like, what is this? When I got this heavy feeling about, I want to say like 2 years ago, I had this really, really heavy feeling. And my first thing wasn't to run to church. My first thing was to seek answers. So in seeking answers, I started listening to all types of things. And just because I'm not a church goer. So of course, I just started listening to all types of things. And in that, I bumped into spirituality, which teaches you to connect with yourself. And so I realized that tons of people are already religious or have some type of belief system. And my belief system has always been, I'm a child of God. I'm the apple of my father's eye. I would always say that. I'm favored. When I started to become a better person, I knew that there was a force that was with me, because anytime anybody tried to do anything to me, no matter who it was, whether it was someone that I was dating, whether it was like a job, whether it was a corporation, I would always prevail. And I was just like, so when I tapped into spirituality and started learning the teachings of it, I was like, oh, that's the reason why, because I believe. I already believe. It doesn't matter. I never embraced church. So that's why I'm here, is because once I did learn spirituality and actually started to use it in my life. And when I say spirituality, I am not talking about following anyone. I am talking about the laws, the universal laws will tell you what you should and you should not do. And mostly it's about people. You can't harm people. You can't hurt people. You can't manipulate people for too long. You can, but it only works for so long. And so then I started to go in depth about, okay, where did religion come from? Religion religion came from. Doesn't matter. I talk a lot about Christianity because that's my background. But I mean, where did religion come from? It was a way to put people in lockstep. It was a way to put people under a certain standard, and that I can look down at you or discommunicate you, or it's a social, at this level, it's a social separation. Whereas I feel like because I am Christian and I believe this way and I live my life this way, that I can be like this to you or to anyone who is not doing what it is that I do or that I'm taught. And I talk about the Bible because I have to say that the Bible is a very, very helpful tool. And that we're trying to have this interpretation given to us by someone else who is a person. That's all I'm saying. Not talking about talking down on the pastor, not talking down on churches, but you have to realize this, that will only take you so far. And the reason why I can say that is because I don't do it, but I still have a power with me. And so I went back to listening to scripture because it was like, okay, I need a little bit more explanation. So whereas I was looking for interpretation, but it was like where I didn't understand before, and then understanding spirituality, which is like 4 steps, which is like meditate, get closer to him, clean your heart, clean your spirit, let's not be judgmental because you don't want to judge yourself. Let's not be guilty because let's take away guilt because you don't want to be guilty towards yourself. And then I go back and I listen to sermon to get a better clarity. And I realize, whoa, that's where the distraction is. So like I said, not talking people against church, but just talking the point that you have to get to source. You have to talk with source. Like I said, this book being a tool, but not only is it a tool for you, you have to understand when it's being used in the wrong way. You have to understand when someone is telling you to do things, restrict. It's like if you're at work and you know what the policy is and your boss tells you to do something else and you choose not to do it because you know that that's not right. More about ethics, it's not right. I just should not do that. And that's where I was when I went back to just listening to sermons, not going to church, because I'm not about to be in there with them people. Them people judgmental. Them people talk about people. Them people sleeping with everybody. Them people, it was just like I knew, like I saw, I experienced it already. So it was like, no, not church hurt. That's just a person who's talking. That's just a person. That's it. That person is not for me. That person has an agenda, just like in the situation where people, pastors, priests, bishops, they have an agenda to provide for the church. And then when you go and try to get some help, you can't get none because it's being dispersed throughout their friends, families, and buddies. I talk about this because you have to understand the theocracy, that this country was built on religion, meaning government. It was built on religion. The school system, it was all built on religion. Libraries, every entity that we live and work in and around was built on religion. You have, when it comes to voting, is the blacks, the whites, the Hispanic, and the evangelicals. That's a big part. You know why? Because they know that they're influential. And what you see right now, what you see that's happening in the world, that's biblical. This pandemic is biblical. When the source gets sick and tired of what's happening, it shakes it up. Yeah, it shakes it up. So yeah, y'all want to play in the dark? Y'all want to do wrong? Y'all want to, and I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about systems. There is a breaking down of systems right now. Last year in September, you could Google the stats. The most people quit their jobs in September of last year. It is a breaking down of systems. Systems is not going to be our norm anymore. I don't believe that we're ever going back to the way that it was, because systems are being broken down. The stock market is being broken down, beat every day. It's unpredictable. Where it was a time where it was predictable. So when I say this book is a tool, the first will be last. The last will be first. Yes, they did it. And when I say they, the powers that be, who use false powers to take control, to have control. That's why you see an uproar and a ruckus in police violence or killings, because they're losing their power. The power that once was where I could just walk around with my chest puffed up because I'm a police officer, they're losing their power. That's why people want to cause an insurrection, because I will never forget that snippet where the lady said, it's a revolution. We're storming the Capitol. Revolution is revolving. It's been revolving here in this country for 400 years. This, my friend, what you see now, this is an evolution. People's minds are evolving and seeking and want to know. And the most go, there's 5 out of 10 who are seeking, who want to know, what is this? What's going on? And there's 3 out of 10 who are running to religion. So I am here to say, go to the source. Go to the source. There is a powerful scripture that says, and I'm going to back it up with some things that you have seen lately. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves. Meaning, man, look, I understand it's a source. What's up? I don't know how I get to you. But, you know, what's going on? If my people that I call by my name humble themselves and seek my face. So now everybody wants to talk about I am affirmations, which I explained to you is biblical. It's a part where Moses asked, who do I tell them sent me? And the word spoke back was, tell them I am that I am. If my people that I call by my name, I am. That's in so many words. That's why I try so hard not to say God, even though I do. And I say it a lot because I've been conditioned. Okay? Even without being or going to church, I've been conditioned. If my people that I call by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face. Yes, there's more to that. And turn from their wicked ways. If you know you're not wicked, seek his face. You know what wicked looks like. You know what wicked is. Nobody got to tell you that. Nobody has to tell you. You don't have to go to church to know what wicked is. You know what wicked is. You've heard wicked. You've listened to wicked. You've seen wicked things. If you watch the news, you know what wicked is. If you're not that, seek his face. And forgive their sin. Ah. Daha. You have to forgive your own sins. That's what I mean by stop listening to people. Take the verses that you know right now. Take the verses that you may learn from someone else and dissect them. Because it is double taught. They are still teaching in the Old Testament when the Bible was never written for you. The Bible was written to people before you. To the Jews of that time. So how are you accepting this? The only reason why you're accepting this is because you understand that there's a power. So if you understand that there's a power, you get to the power. Stop letting people tell you what the power is and what it looks like and making you think that you don't have it or you can't get to it. And there's something that is the reason why religion talks about listening to anything else. You can't watch the game. You can't play the lottery. You can't do anything. What can you do? What can you do? You can't go out. That's secular. You can't do nothing secular. Okay? So it's like a controlling partner where they X you out from all your friends, don't let you go out after 10, and so you are stuck right there. Therefore, you don't even read other things. You don't even, if it has anything to do, then they get in there and they say stuff about the stars, the universe, and don't be looking at that. The universe is your tool as well. That's what brings you. That's how you manifest. But we'll tell you, forget the universe. Huh? They got you praying on the wrong thing, baby. They got you praying on the wrong thing. You're praying on the wrong thing. You're saying it wrong. You're mixing it up. You're bowing down to someone that calls you by its name. If my people that I call by my name, what? Huh? You see what I'm saying? And that's what I mean is that it's in there. Cut out the whimsical stories and break it down for yourself. I ain't read this thing cover to cover. I will not. I don't have time for that. But I have taken powerful verses and applied them to my life because I knew that they were speaking to my spirit. The last one I spoke about in my last video was be like the majestic bird, be like the snake on the rock, be like the boat on the sea. Be like a man with a maid. I got more clarity out of that after the video. But it's basically be how you were built. Do what it is that you were built for. And stop letting people tell you what to do. Stop it. It's unnecessary. Now, you know how I am on my show. I love you.